Hi, friends, and a most pleasant good afternoon to you. Welcome inside Premier Orthopaedics IceWorks in Aston, Pennsylvania, home of the Philadelphia Little Flyers. And coming up here on the Delaware Hockey Network, presented by the Law Office of Heather A. Long, a 2012 Birth Year Division meeting between the Philadelphia Little Flyers and the Philadelphia Hockey Club, currently second and third in the Atlantic Youth Hockey League table. PHC 10-1-4 on the year as the season winds its way into the home stretch. Philadelphia 11-3-0 on the season. So very little separating these two teams here in the 2025-26 season as they battle for postseason standing through these final weeks of the regular season. James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications press box atop the stands at Premier Orthopaedics IceWorks. We're just a few minutes away from opening puck drop. We're going to take a very quick timeout. Whenever we come back, we'll take a look at the goaltending matchup for today's contest. And we'll head right in to this Saturday afternoon meeting between PHC and the Little Flyers. The Battle of the Delaware River in the AYHL 2012 division coming up, and you're watching the Delaware Hockey Network, brought to you by the Law Office of Heather A. Long.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the Law Office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the Law Office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5600. 5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With over 10 years of treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. With clinics in Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on site. 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com. And welcome back inside Premier Orthopaedics IceWorks. Go time for the Philadelphia Little Flyers and the Philadelphia Hockey Club in this Battle of the Delaware River in the Atlantic Youth Hockey League 2012 Pure Division. PHC 10-1-4 in AYHL play, second in the table right now. The Little Flyers not that far behind. They sit third with an 11-3-0 record and a solid net mining tandem. Frederick Rennie, 1.93. His goals against average and a .926 save percentage. Sam Toscano, 2.7. And we just learned it will be Sam Toscano getting the call for Philadelphia. 4-2-0 on the year with a 2.7 goals against average and a save percentage of .868. Jacob Amaker handling the net minding duties for PHC with a 6-0-1 record, a 3.07 goals against average and a save percentage of .862. So both teams starting their number 2 netminders today. PHC traveling left to right in their away Navy kits. White numbers, head-to-toe Navy with some red trim as well. The Philadelphia Little Flyers in their white sweaters, black yoke, black helmets, black sleeves, black numbers, orange trim all around. Ken Deming and Tom Crosley, the officials for today's game. 16 minutes on the clock for the first of 3 periods under the USA Hockey Rulebook. This is the first year for body checking for these players, as that is introduced to the game in the U13 and U14 brackets. Automatic offside and no icing on PKs remain the standard at this age bracket as the Little Flyers advance into PHC territory for the opening drive, but this is taken away from Dragan. Played across near side, Dvorkin gave it away just over the blue line, picked up by Stromolo, who's pinched to the near wall and outnumbered by PHC defenders as he traverses the near boards deep into enemy territory. Dvorkin the other way to Holzer. Shot stick checked off its line, caught and held by Toscano for a pause in play, and they're going to record that as a shot on goal. It looked like it was well wide from here, but in any case, Toscano credited with his first save of the afternoon. Myers recovered for the Little Flyers. Jack Piccolo works the puck up the far side. This carried in now by Kayaza. Kayaza tried to set up Myers on the doorstep, but the puck was intercepted. Now controlled deep in PHC territory by Carmen Bach, but not cleared. This is played back behind the cage again. Gibalante to Bach. It comes back to Vinny Gibalante, accelerating up the right side. He takes a shoulder from Myers right at the Little Flyers blue line, and that separates him from the puck, which ends up skittering to the near corner. A minute and a half gone of the first of 3 16-minute periods. From Premier Orthopaedics IceWorks, Gibalante opens fire and he scores. Vinny Gibalante from the top of the zone lights the lamp. A minute 35 into the first period, and PHC take the early lead. Let's give it another look. On the 4-1-2 Communications instant replay. Vinny Gibalante potting his second goal of the season. Off the feed from Carmen Bach in the corner. And the visiting Philadelphia Hockey Club wasting no time, just a minute and 35 into the first period, drawing first blood. Tanner Esco gained the center red line before rifling the puck in behind the Philadelphia Hockey Club goal. It caroms to the far side, where unable to clear was Mazza. Esco steps up. This comes offside. Back into the neutral zone with 13:43. To go in the first period, and Bryce Holzer going to get an assist as well on that PHC goal. So Gibalante from Bach and Holzer at 1:35 in the opening frame to give the visiting team the early advantage. Dworkin plays the puck back to the left point, held by Cole Sperduto. This launched in from distance and turned aside by Toscano to the far corner. Controlled there by Mason Chen. Played behind the Flyers, net up the left side, where Urvanas Vitrinas faces resistance in the neutral zone, but the Flyers en masse drive their way into the PHC end. Centering pass from behind the net from Grill had no recipient. This recovered by Cole Sperduto. Floated up the right wing boards, bounced off the stick of Daniel Dworkin, and recovering for the Little Flyers was Strumolo, but facing bodily pressure just above his own blue line. Chen offers support. Looking for a lane. Chen's going to pull back into his own zone. He chips the puck off the near wall. Strumolo backhands it forward. Grill chases it to the far corner, where he's met by a shoulder check from Steven Sweeney in PHC Navy. Sweeney swarming Grill, shoving him off the puck. Good support lent by Schneider for the Little Flyers. But this comes back to the near side. Race for the puck going Philadelphia's way. The Little Flyers, that is, and Cooper holding the left point. Plays it across to the far side again in John Kayaza. Kayaza checked off the biscuit, had support. This center to Schneider, but it never made it to the low slot. That pass intercepted. Kayaza just held the zone, and he floats the puck in behind the goal again. He chases it down with Myers to his aid. This is taken away, though, by PHC. Unable to push clear was La Spada, just inside his own blue line. Cooper held the point opposite side. This is cleared over the boards and out of play with just over 4 minutes gone in opening period action. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. And that's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The law office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the process, from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. To schedule a free consultation, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. Braden Latch couldn't work his way through traffic. Esco with a shot from distance, just wide of the near post. Rebound controlled by Kassian at the far wall and cleared back to center. Latch recovers, cross ice feed. Esco with more time and space away from the benches. Plays a hard carom shot in behind the Philadelphia Hockey Club goal. It ends up in a two-a-side scrum on the far corner, where Aiden Kassian again gains control for PHC, and this one squirts clear up the right wing boards. Kresa back to recover for the Flyers. Feeds to Esco, who carries up the middle to set up a 3-on-3 zone entry. Long shot caught the stick of Gibalante, and the loose puck was corralled by Pless for the Hockey Club. Across to Cassian this goes. He gained the red line before executing the dump and change. Cassian heads off, a fresh set of hockey club skaters on with just over 5 minutes elapsed in the first period. Pless right at the line. Dvorkin couldn't negotiate net front traffic with that shot from 15 feet away. Pless tries to seal off the right point, but he's overpowered by a host of skaters in white, black, and orange. Here comes Pless again. Pressured by Vitrinas, his shot sails wide. Dragan couldn't clear, but he had support behind from Grill. Here come the Flyers, but they let the puck go from behind center, and this will come back an icing, says Ken Deming, with 10:13 to go in the first period of a 1-0 hockey game. That one belonging to PHC's Vinny Gibalante, just a minute and 35 seconds into the proceedings. Face-off coming to the right of Toscano. Gavin Erb gave way off the face-off win, and a 2-on-1 for the Little Flyers sees Grayson Dragan's net front backhand skied up into the atmosphere. And now Dvorkin comes barreling back up the right wing boards for the hockey club. He's out hustled to the puck by Vitrinas behind the Little Flyers goal. Vitrinas drawing a penalty with 9 minutes and 46 seconds to go in this opening period, and off to the Delaware Sports Medicine power play go the Little Flyers. We'll see it again right here as Dragan has his feet taken out from under him by Nick Sauer. And it's off to the Delaware Sports Medicine power play for the Little Flyers, a chance to even the score. Approaching midway in the first period. So Sauer issued a minor for tripping at 6:14 of the first period. A note though, minor penalties a minute and a half long in this age classification. So just as the penalty, or just as the periods are reduced to 16 minutes, the penalties are reduced to a minute and a half in this U13 game. Shot from the corner was saved by Amaker, and the faceoff's going to come out to his right with 9:06 to go in the first period. And 50 seconds. Remaining on this Delaware Sports Medicine power play. Another save from Amaker brings play to a halt with 8:42 to go in the first, and the faceoff's going to come to his left. Holding the point is Piccolo. This comes back to Vitrinas, long shot. Sails off the end boards. Puck tied up in the near corner as the final seconds of the Sauer penalty tick away. Sauer shot. Waffle boarded up in the air by Toscano. Carmen Bach back to recover, but unable to clear the PHC zone. Sauer pushes this back beyond center. Flyers trying to counter. Stromolo controls the puck. He steered to the near wall. Sauer forces it back to the Philadelphia blue line where Esko feeds it across ice to Braden Latch. And on into neutral territory, the puck comes, volleyed right back to Christian Kresa, who's driven back deeper into his own end by the forechecking presence of Dom LaSpada. Latch is going to be ruled offside with 7:15 to go in the first period. Face-off comes just in front of the PHC bench. Where Latch overpowered over the dot, had some support to work back into the PHC zone. Delayed penalty coming up against the Flyers as Mazza stick handles into traffic, lost the puck momentarily. Philadelphia with possession but not control. And now the shot from the near corner brings play to a halt with 6:49 to go in the first period. And our first Little Flyers penalty of the afternoon upon us. Esko off for roughing. Shane Morrissey getting the explanation from referee Ken Deming. And Bach's shot right off the draw as PHC tries to double up, sails wide of the post. Tanner Esko off for roughing, 9 minutes 11 seconds. Into the first period, net dislodged behind Toscano, bringing play to a halt. Flyers clear, but this is going to come back an icing. 21 seconds gone off the Esko penalty. Again, remember at this age classification, icing on a penalty kill is not permitted. The result, a defensive zone draw, but still according to the USA Hockey rulebook, a team guilty of an icing is still able to change players. Sweeney to Sperduto. Two in the far corner, Gavin Erb. Bach works this back to Sweeney at the point. Bach bobbles the puck at the half wall, swarmed in the corner by Philadelphia's Urvanas Vitrinas. Sweeney long shot was deflected. Vitrinas put it on net inadvertently, and Sam Toscano steered it away. There was a drive coming from Sweeney, which Toscano got a piece of, directing the puck again to the near corner. 25 seconds to go. On the roughing penalty, assessed to Esko. Sperduto found Bach for the re-entry. Cross-ice pass. Net front feed coming from Erb. Running out of space on the doorstep for PHC. That was Brayton Daniker, who tried to get a shot away, but Toscano tracked his every move, and now the Flyers are back to full strength with 5:15 to go in the first period. PHC up 1-0 thanks to that early period goal from Vinny Gibalante, his second of the year, taking aim from the point and beating Toscano 95 seconds in. Bach steered behind the net by Vitrinas. Will try to wrap around. Play halted by Ken Deming as the net comes dislodged behind Toscano. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware will cater your next group event, offering pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken on a daily basis. along with a variety of sauces and sides, sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont, open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch. Or to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. Shot lobbed in by Nicholas Pless, gloved down and held by Toscano for the pause. Face off again, coming to the left of Toscano. This one by the Little Flyers, 2-on-2, Miranda Panaro. Panaro floats the puck from the blue line into the near corner of the PHC zone. Now he's tied up directly behind the cage. Manned by Jacob Amaker, who's seen limited action here in the first period. Only 3 Little Flyer shots on goal. The battle migrates to the far side, bringing the puck free was Sauer. PHC unable to clear. Cooper just holding the point for the Flyers. He dumps the puck in low. It's recovered by Pless. Another failed clear, another high shot. This came from Piccolo at the right point for the Little Flyers. Down to the final 4:05 of the first period. And Ryan Cooper surveys his options from the left point before working the puck in deep, but it's into traffic at the near half wall. Panaro tries to track down Pless, dragging the puck to the far side. Boston Gwynn bulldozes his way in toward the cage from the right half wall. Ran out of space, net front, was angled behind the cage. Piccolo recovers at center. Cooper advancing the puck to Panaro, and this is going to come back offside. We've got a broken stick in the play, too, with 3.5 to go in the first. Face-off will be right in front of the PHC bench. Erb and Latch to take the draw. Bryce Holzer with the clear up the left wing boards. He gained the red line to avoid the icing, but the Little Flyers win the battle behind their own net. This is advanced to Ryland Myers. Myers had the one-on-one if he hurried, but Gibalante stayed right with him the whole way. Myers stick handles, working the perimeter of the zone. He drops this back to Latch. Back to Myers in the corner. Thrown in toward the net from an awkward angle. It was played away by Amaker, and he's going to be credited for save number 4 as a result. 2-on-2 the other direction. Holzer through traffic. Tried to cross to the backhand. Couldn't get a shot away from in close. Esso's entry looked like the Flyers might have gotten away with one there, as I think Schneider jumped the gun on the entry, but Tom Crosley said play on. 2.5 to go in the first period. PHC 1, Little Flyers 0 from Premier Orthopaedics IceWorks. Failed clear from Gibalante. And Logan Stromolo strikes off the broken play, potting his 7th of the year. And the Little Flyers have leveled it with 2:22 to go in the first period. Clearing attempt from inside the PHC zone, foiled by Logan Stromolo, who roofs one for his 7th goal of the season. And that goal coming at 13:38 in the first period. Stromolo's 7th. Making this a 1-1 hockey game, and a glove save from Sam Toscano, keeping it a 1-1 hockey game with 2 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in this opening period. Face off to Toscano's left. Daniker backhands the puck back to Sweeney. Long shot never made it to the cage despite Toscano dropping to the butterfly. Perfect timing on his reaction. But he had plenty of help in front. Final 105 seconds in this first period, which saw Vinny Gibalante open the scoring for PHC at 135, and then Stromolo answering off an attacking zone takeaway to level the tally at 13:38. Grill was angled to the far wall upon gaining the PHC blue line, and he turned the puck over, finding himself outnumbered. Moran gets it back from Laspada at center. This thrown in from distance and smothered by Amaker for a pause in play with 1:14 to go in the first. Be sure to follow the 412 on social media, Facebook, X, and Instagram at 412comms, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for game day broadcast notifications and more. Kayaza and Herb at the far dot of the PHC zone. Herb won the draw for the men in blue. Dvorkin slowed up inside the line, gave way to Kayaza. We've entered the final minute of the opening period of a 1-1 hockey game. Piccolo pinched to the corner by Pless, gave the puck away. Herb and Kayaza tied up. They collided behind the cage. Cooper holds the point. He throws the puck into traffic. It bounces off the end boards. This controlled by Cucinotta and worked clear. Rather, it was Dvorkin, number 5, not Cucinotta, wearing 3. Hard to discern a bit from this angle what number that was on the back of the defenseman's sweater. Long shot from Meyer right into traffic. Looked like friendly fire as Herb fell into a heap in the slot after taking that puck. Cooper tries to sail this from his blue line up ice. It was intercepted by Herb, thrown in behind the Philadelphia Little Flyers goal, and that's going to do it for the first period as the horn sounds. We're 16 minutes in from Premier Orthopaedics IceWorks. 1-1 the tally, and we'll be back after the first intermission here on the Delaware Hockey Network, brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With over 10 years of treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. With clinics in Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on site. 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Welcome back inside Premier Orthopaedics IceWorks second period play. About to commence in this Atlantic Youth Hockey League U13 division matchup. All of the players on the ice born in 2012. And coming into today, the Philadelphia Hockey Club sitting second in the divisional table. The Little Flyers sitting third in the divisional table, and so far they have not disappointed. Deadlocked one aside through the first 16 minutes of play. Krasa trying to change that from the right point on the opening drive of the second period, but his shot goes wide. And the PHC side able to clear and force play back to our left. Panaro's got a 2-on-1. Taking the shot was Latch, squaring up for the save, Amaker. Keeps it a 1-1 hockey game. Braden Daniker chased down the rebound. He floats the puck from the blue line all the way into the Philadelphia end. Sam Toscano holds on for the pause. 55 seconds into second period action. Face off to Toscano's left after he ground play to a screeching halt. How is Brody Grill 13? I remember these guys when they were mites. I remember refereeing some of these guys when they were mites. Time spares no one. As here Bach gives the puck away to Dragan at center. Dragan stands up Carmen Bach, who tried to lay a check at the base of the Philadelphia bench. Sperduto emerges with the puck for PHC. He gained red and floated it in behind the Little Flyers goal. This is steered up the far wall by Bach to Sweeney. Shot was wide, ricocheting off the end boards. La Spada tried to steer the rebound back to Sperduto and did. This worked in low again, where PHC's Nicholas Sauer finds himself outnumbered by white and black and orange sweaters. No icing on the long Flyers clear. Puck was tipped, says referee Ken Deming. He and Tom Crosley, the adjudicators of this game. Stromolo with the offensive zone takeaway. He left a shot from Gwynn left side. Glove down. Gwynn puts home the rebound. And it's a 2-1 hockey game. The Little Flyers take the lead thanks to Boston Gwynn's second goal of the season. A chaotic one this. Piccolo took aim from the point. Amaker made the initial save. And Boston Gwynn, with the finishing touch, pots his second of the year to give the Little Flyers the advantage. Getting the particulars on the secondary. And it looks like 63 Logan Stromolo gets the secondary, leaving the puck to Piccolo for the initial shot. So Little Flyers with a 2-1 advantage now, as Gwynn scores his second of the year. And there a look at the particulars in the top left corner of your TV. As Amaker freezes the puck for the pause. Aiden Cassian to Mazza. He gives the puck away at the Philadelphia blue line. Cresa takes it back for the Flyers. Cross-ice feed to Esco connected, but Esco blew a tire, nearly turned the puck over. He got it right back in the neutral zone, but he couldn't work his way over the PHC blue line as Gibalante held his ground for the visiting team. Mazza with the long dump in. Schneider recovered, but the Flyers could not clear as Cucinato holds the left point. Schneider counters off the interception. He's got a one-on-one if he hurries. Schneider tried to center the puck high in the zone to Panaro, but he had two PHC defenders to negotiate and couldn't. Panaro bodied off the puck in open ice by LaSpada. Gave it away to Cucinotta. Volleyed across the neutral zone to Mason Chen for the Little Flyers. Another turnover as Chen's knocked off his feet, and LaSpada comes back the other way. 2-on-4, this PHC attack as the other hockey club skaters change. Loose shot, covered up by Sam Toscano for a pause in action with 11:30 to go in the second period, and his Philadelphia Little Flyers with a 2-1 lead over the Philadelphia Hockey Club. Draw to Toscano's left. Sees Sauer and Grill square off. Grill won the face-off. Bach recovers for PHC in the far corner, but trying to feed the puck off the far boards, turn it over. Grill works this down low. It comes back to Chen off the stick of Grayson Dragan. Dragan leaves us across ice to Vitrinas. Thrown in from distance. Puck caroms to the near corner where Dragan again steadies. Chen launches it off the far boards. Pursuing in the far corner for Philadelphia was Stromolo, but he was out-hustled to the puck by Steven Sweeney in PHC blue. Vitrinas brings the puck from the left point behind the cage to the near corner, where stepping up to join the fray is Mason Chen. Penalty coming up, it will be against the Little Flyers. This is touched by Chen, and we get a rough from Ken Deming with 10:33 to go in the second period, and Shane Morrissey none too pleased. Dragan off for a rough. And back to the penalty kill. Go with the Little Flyers. This for the second time this afternoon. Meyer holding the point, but he gives the puck away. Meyer recovers and walks back into the Little Flyers zone. Cross-ice pass and a long shot off the stick of Nicholas Pless was blockered away by Toscano. Little Flyers clear after controlling the rebound, but they're guilty of an icing. With 10:08 remaining of the second period, the comfort of a 2-1 lead dulled some by being on the PK for another 65 seconds after the roughing minor assessed to Grayson Dragan in the near corner of the PHC zone. Face-off coming to Toscano's right. John Kayaza unable to clear off the draw. PHC maintaining as Meyer patrols the line. He backhands the puck into the far corner. Bach leaves us to the right point and Pless. Meyer, center point, takes aim! A one-hop right down the pipe, but right into the breadbasket of Sam Toscano for save number 9 on the afternoon. .49 seconds to go. On the man advantage for PHC. The deficit still a single goal. The feedback to Nicholas Pless resulted in a blocked shot. Battle for the puck develops in the near corner, controlled by the hockey club. Here's Pless again. Off the setup from Daniker. Across to Meyer. Shot was wide of the far post. Pless gets this in close, and a one-timer from Carmen Bach puts PHC back on level pegging with the Little Flyers. Bach's 11th of the year. Makes this a 2-2 game. We'll see this power play tally again. On the 4-1-2 communications instant replay, as it was Nicholas Pless with the setup for Bach's one-timer. Carmen Bach orchestrating the game-tying goal for the Philadelphia Hockey Club. That coming 6 minutes and 32 seconds into the second period. We're going to see that replay again. Indeed, that was Nicholas Pless. Who had the setup for what was Bach's 11th goal of the season. Not Daniker and Erb, as we heard. And there's a third. As just seconds after the power play concludes, the Philadelphia Hockey Club get a third. So the club back in front as Gibalante goes bar down for his second goal of the afternoon. Daniel Dvorkin getting the helper. And Holzer with the other. So we've got particulars now for both Philadelphia Hockey Club goals, which turned a 2-1 deficit into a 3-2 advantage. So a back and forth contest here at Premier Orthopaedics IceWorks. Power play tally for the equalizer. Carmen Bach's 11th of the year from Pless. And then third goal of the season, second of the game for Gibalante, making it a 3-2 PHC advantage. Dvorkin and Holzer getting the helpers. That was at 7:15. We're now halfway through a back and forth game. PHC with a 3-2 lead over the hometown Philadelphia Little Flyers. Holzer to Dvorkin, stood up just after gaining the blue line. Dvorkin recovered the puck after Vitrinas nearly took it away. But the long shot was steered wide by Toscano. Sperduto swarmed, couldn't get the shot clear. Dragan heads an odd man rush of the Flyers hurry. This drop back to Vitrinas. Trying to direct it in front was Stromolo. But he played the puck in behind the cage. It ends up in the near corner with just over 7 to go in the second period. This worked free by Cole Sperduto. Chipped off the far boards, held in by Piccolo. At the base of his bench, he's got help from Schneider, but pushing the puck free was Lucas Timparis for PHC, back as far as the Philadelphia blue line, where Chen turned it back from left to right. Mazza finds Erb. This is thrown from center beyond the reach of Timparis. Chen recovers. Here come the Flyers back on the offensive. Mazza playing the body on Nolan Schneider just above the blue line. Puck tied up in front of the scorer's table, and this is lofted over the glass and out of play far side with 6:36 to go. In the second period, PHC working with a 3-2 lead over the Philadelphia Little Flyers after unanswered goals coming from Carmen Bach and Vinny Gibalante. Put the boys in blue back in front. Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. So how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has myriad solutions to build bridges between your brand and your clientele, your team and your fans, ranging from broadcast to social, print to digital, and more. Want to know more? Head to 412communications.com and let's talk about how to get you noticed. Braden Latch off the centering feed from Schneider. Was swarmed by Meyer and separated from the puck. Schneider plays it back to his own blue line, where it's shoveled by Piccolo across neutral ice, but volleyed back by Joey Meyer. Meyer's backhand, the second time, doesn't gain the Philadelphia line. He directs the puck out of play, so the faceoff will stay in the neutral zone with just under 6 minutes to go in the second period. PHC leading 3-2 over the Philadelphia Little Flyers in this AYHL 2012 Pure Division regular season contest. PHC coming into this game 10-1-4, good for second in the standings. The Little Flyers 11-3-0, good for third in the standings. Not much separating these two teams. Gibalante builds up speed just inside his line, looking for the hat trick. He takes aim from distance. Stick save and a puck flip from Toscano, keeping play alive and taking some heat out of a hot kitchen. Here comes Fanaro the other way. Tyler Panaro, drop pass, Kayaza off the post and out. A-grade chance for the Little Flyers, worth a second look. The 4-1-2 Communications instant replay. And all starts as Cucinotta bobbles the puck at the point. Pouncing is Panaro. He drops it off to Kayaza. Shot ricochets off the iron behind Amaker and out of play. 5:16 to go in the second. Hockey Club 3, Flyers 2. From Premier Orthopaedics IceWorks, and the Little Flyers win the draw. Panaro tries to play the carom shot to find Kayaza, but that pass was intercepted. Sperduto turning momentum up ice. Holzer blew a tire at the blue line, trying to accelerate into the Philadelphia zone. Shot from the corner, covered up by Toscano for a pause with 5 minutes remaining in the second period. The Little Flyers U14 girls game that was on tap tomorrow as a result of the winter weather that will be blanketing the Mid-Atlantic starting during the overnight period has been abandoned. However, later today, we will have the University of Delaware Men's Division I Blue Hens taking on Syracuse in the second half of a weekend set after the Blue Hens pulled off a thrilling 4-3 win over the Orange that came right down to the last 30 seconds of play yesterday at Fred Rust Arena. So the rematch will be up at 5:30 today. Airtime 5:15 here on the Delaware Hockey Network, and we certainly hope that as you're hunkering down and preparing for the storm ahead, that you can tune in, and we'll be happy to keep you company here on this Saturday evening. Grill pushed the puck to Dragan. Centering feed, never made it back to Brody Grill, crashing the net as Sperduto camped out in front of his own net and wristed the puck back into the neutral territory. Chen to Strumolo. To Dragan again. Through traffic, he's got a 2-on-0. His backhand sails wide of Amaker's office. One too many stick handles for Grayson Dragan in pursuit of his 6th goal of the season. And this is going to be covered by Amaker as it comes in from the corner. Play halted with 3:39 to go in period number 2. PHC with a 3-2 advantage over the Philadelphia Little Flyers on this Saturday afternoon. Frigid Saturday afternoon, too. -9 Celsius coming into the rink today. 16 degrees Fahrenheit. Temperatures we don't see that often in this part of the Mid-Atlantic. And it's only bound to get worse over the next 48 hours. Meyer couldn't center from the corner. Pless takes a body from Myers, far side. Extracting the puck was Cooper for Philadelphia. Here's a 2-on-1 for the Little Flyers. Latch hassled from astern. Joining the play was Mazza for the Philadelphia Hockey Club, and he offered just enough defensive resistance to force the turnover. 3 to go in the second. Cassian slowed up at the far half wall, looking for a way to advance the puck. It just didn't exist. Here comes Gwynn back the other direction. 2-on-2 together with Myers. Gwynn floats the puck into the far corner. Winding up to slap it free was Pless, and he gains control over the pursuing Myers. Bach stood up above the blue line by Jack Piccolo. Here's Piccolo shooting off the pads of Amaker. Rebound controlled by LaSpada in heavy slot traffic, but LaSpada was countered by Panaro. 2:23 to go in the second. And Mark Marov lights the lamp to give the Flyers the equalizer. Marov strikes for the 6th time this year. And once again, we've got a clean slate in Aston. This originates from the corner. Tyler Panaro. Mark Marov goes over Amaker and under the crossbar for his 6th of the season. And we've got ourselves a 3-3 hockey game. Kayaza's going to get the secondary helper on the goal at 13:42. Again, Marov's 6th of the year. Getting the little Flyers back level. And this long shot from Vinny Gibalante. He's got 2 already for PHC. Ends up in the Toscano glove for a pause in play with 103 seconds to go in the second period. We are all tied, 3 aside, after Mark Marov potted his 6th of the year with time and space in the slot to beat Jacob Amaker and make this 3-3. Face-off coming to Toscano's left. Puck down, Grill couldn't win it cleanly. Strumolo into a 1-on-2, tries to chip the puck past Gibalante to the far corner where they converge again. Erb recovers for PHC and circles behind his own net with inside a minute and a half to go. Erb through traffic, sticked at by Strumolo and Grill at center. Here's Dragan picking up the loose puck. Give and go, net, front feed, and he scores! Now Strumolo with the helper on Grayson Dragan's 6th of the year. And the little Flyers coming back with a pair of their own. Turn a 3-2 deficit into a 4-3 lead. This starts at the blue line. Loose puck picked up by Dragan. It's fed back to him by Logan Strumolo. And with a minute and 14 left in the second period, the little Flyers find themselves back in front as Dragan scores his 6th goal of the season. Dragan from Strumolo, the official record at 14:46. The Flyers trying to maintain their forward momentum here in the final minute of play. In the second period, Grill pulled the puck back into the neutral zone but gave it away. Sperduto gains center before floating the puck into the far corner of the little Flyer zone. That enables a changing of the guard for the PHC side as Bach turned up the forechecking pressure, but the stretch pass to Gwynn was completed up the near side. This comes back beyond the reach of Bach, steered by Colton Mazza into the near corner of the Philadelphia end. And the final seconds will tick away before the Flyers can mount a counterattack out of their own zone. 32 minutes behind us. Philadelphia Little Flyers 4, Philadelphia Hockey Club 3.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
And we're heading out of the second period. We'll be back in 90 for the third.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on-site, 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Welcome back to Premier Orthopaedics IceWorks. Third period about to get underway in this Atlantic Youth Hockey League 2012 Pure Division matchup. Timparis and Myers trying to encroach off the opening draw, and here we go. To begin the third period as Tom Crosley ensures a fair face-off to kick off this final frame of action. 3 goals in the second for the Little Flyers. Gwynn, Marov, and Dragan all finding the back of the net. Stromolo with his third point of the day, having assists on 2 of those 3 Little Flyers goals after opening the scoring himself late in the first period. Latch cross-ice pass intended for Cooper was tipped offline by Daniker just above the Little Flyers blue line. Piccolo recovers, but he's swarmed behind his own net. Latch backhands the puck up the far wall toward Boston Gwynn. Gwynn off his backhand. Steers it over the PHC line where Meyer volleyed it back to center. Pless, stretch pass, Dvorkin met by a host of Little Flyer defenders after gaining the blue line. So didn't have the lane he'd hoped, but he was able to pass it to Gavin Erb, working the top of the slot. Erb, stripped of the puck. Moran floats it in from the blue line. Slaying the paddle down was Amaker for the easy save. And PHC gained control despite forechecking pressure in their own end. Cucinotta found Holzer up the left wing boards. Holzer ran into Kresa in the path of the puck. Had to take the long way around to the far corner. But Dvorkin offering good support for PHC. Came back out into the flattened shot. Toscano hugging the near post with the save. His 17th on 20 shots faced, make it 18 on 21. As he sticks that chance from close range away. Gibalante wide from the point. Puck ricochets off the end boards. Schneider fails to clear. Cucinotta lobs this in from distance. Making the easy stop was Toscano. And here come the Little Flyers back out of their own zone. Schneider bobbled the puck. He gave it away to Cucinotta. And a dump and change for PHC will enable the visitors to get some fresh legs on and try to erase this 1-goal deficit. 13:30 to go in the third of 3 16-minute periods. A back-and-forth affair between the second and third seeded teams in AYHL 2012 division competition. The Philadelphia Hockey Club coming into today 10-1-4. The Little Flyers 11-3-0. As we approach the end of the regular season, playoffs looming just a month away. In the youth hockey world, Dragan off the feed from Grill. Came crashing in, couldn't get a quality shot away on Amaker. So we're still 4-3 as Vitrinas protects the point near side. Chen from Dragan works the puck back behind the net. Dragan again to Stromolo. They teamed up on the go-ahead goal just moments ago. Here they find themselves overpowered by the PHC defense, and Grill pulls back into the neutral zone. His shot from the top of the right circle was blocked by Sweeney. Across this comes to Vitrinas. Net front feed. Grill couldn't get stick on puck. It's protected by the Little Flyers. Working behind the net was Dragan, playing the carom shot to the near half boards. Crossing over for the quick release shot was Vitrinas, but it was well off its line. This is pushed away by Carmen Bach, looking for a second goal. Vitrinas at the angle. Puts pressure on him, and the centering pass to La Spada didn't connect. 11:45 to go. Little Flyers 4, PHC 3. La Spada with a wide shot. And Vitrinas couldn't drive the rebound back out of harm's way. It was held in just at the blue line by the PHC defensive core. Panaro clears. Stromolo lost the race to the puck to the PHC blue line. Nicholas Pless hustled back to recover for the boys in blue. Now 11:15 to go. Mazza off his backhand finds Cassian to regain the zone up the far wall. Deep into Philadelphia territory. This tied up by Daniker, but he's surrounded by a pair of Little Flyers, and he turned the puck over. The battle migrates to just above the goal line on the far corner. Piccolo had his feet taken out from under him. A little bit of rough play between him and Daniker. Loose puck in front of the Philadelphia cage, swatted out of harm's way by Latch. And now Gwynn will walk it across the PHC blue line. Gwynn trying to toe drag his way into a clear lane past Joey Meyer, but lost the puck at the tops of the circles. Now 10:35 to go. Flyers 4, Hockey Club 3. Cooper long shot. On target, smothered by Amaker for a pause and play. Whether you're a competitive athlete like these young men or a weekend warrior like me, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. And with years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes alike, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Learn more at desportsmed.com. Holzer beat 2 defenders, and he beat Toscano to make this a 4-4 hockey game. Philadelphia Hockey Club back level after the Holzer breakaway. Somebody's not happy. Here it was again. Holzer got around Esco and went top shelf on Sam Toscano for his 6th of the season. Unassisted goal coming at 5:54 in the third period, and this back and forth game certainly living up to the billing. As these teams, despite the game happening in waves, one side, then the other side, then the other, it's been pretty evenly matched all around. Holzer's 6th came unassisted at 5:54. Individual effort to beat the Little Flyers' last line of defense, and then catch Jacob Amaker flat-footed for goal number 6 of the season, goal number 4 for PHC today. LaSpada reels in the stretch pass. Chen stood him up at the top of the slot. Bach confronted by Chen in the far corner. Two-a-side battle goes the way of the Little Flyers and John Kayaza. Looking for a path, chips the puck off the near glass. Back to center where Sperduto pulls back to his own line, pressured by Stromolo. Cross-ice feed. Carmen Bach leaves it to Sweeney. Accelerating up the right wing wall and in. He stood up by Cooper. Piccolo cuts through the low slot to corral the puck for Philadelphia. And it will be carried up the right wing boards by Dragan. Past center and now in over the line. Drop pass to Stromolo looking for his second goal of the day. Shot was blocked from 35 feet. Coming to the midpoint of the third period in this 4-4 hockey game. The Philadelphia Hockey Club working back from left to right on the offensive. Fanning on the puck was Bach after gaining second. Second time round, Bach able to get it behind the Little Flyers goal, and that enables a dump and change for PHC. Cassian intercepting the Little Flyers breakout. Held the zone for the Hockey Club. Stromolo's going to try again. Playing the puck behind the cage in the general direction of Piccolo, but it was taken away. Shot in the slot was blocked by Amaker. It was Cassian with the shot. He was waiting on the doorstep for another chance, but the pass broken up by Cooper. Dragan couldn't cut around the defensive pressure of Joey Meyer after gaining the PHC line. Pless the other way. PHC coming in numbers 4-on-2. Pless's shot waffle boarded aside neatly by Toscano. Little Flyers clear. Icing waved off by Ken Deming, and as that puck was tipped by a PHC player on its way up ice. Final 7 minutes of regulation. Little Flyers 4, PHC 4. A tie-up in the near corner. In contention for a loose puck. Pless held the point. Working through the slot and trying to backhand the puck in was Tim Paris. And the Tom Crosley whistle sounds with 6:40 to go. Looks like the Little Flyers are going to go down a man. And that man is John Kayaza. Heading off for a hook. So after twice erasing Little Flyers leads, PHC have a prime opportunity to reclaim the lead for themselves. With Kayaza off for a hook at 9:20. The shot from Joey Meyer sailed over the crossbar into the back glass. Again, the hook against Kayaza came at 9:20. In the third period. Holzer couldn't tuck the puck from behind the cage. Chen clears. Gibalante back to his own line, recovers for PHC. To Dvorkin, to Erb. Cross-slot feed intended for Holzer was broken up. Vitrinas holding close to home, unable to clear. Recovering is Holzer for PHC. Dvorkin gave way to a grill poke check. They both raced to the puck near side. It was an even Steven race for it, and now Philadelphia gaining control, but unable to clear again was Chen. Grill directs this beyond Meyer over the blue line. Grill gains red before launching the puck off the backboards behind the PHC goal. 20 seconds to go on the Kayaza hooking minor. 4-4 the tally with 5.5 remaining. And Gavin Erb walks in up the right side. Cross ice pass, nobody there. Myers tips it back to center. Sperduto to Sweeney. Launched in from distance well wide of the Philadelphia cage. Fresh PHC skaters coming on as the Little Flyers return to full strength. Boston Gwynn drops this to Myers in the slot, taken away from him by Sperduto and cleared just beyond the Little Flyers line. Hustling back to recover was Ryan Cooper. Gwynn works it in the neutral zone ahead beyond Murav. Myers steers it into the near corner, but he's out-hustled to the puck by Steven Sweeney on the back check for PHC. 4:37 to go in this 4-4 deadlock from Premier Orthopaedics IceWorks. Net front feed intended for Gwynn from Mark Murav, didn't connect. It was broken up, and here's Sauer leading a 3-on-1. Sauer shoots from the left half wall, and Toscano covers the puck for the pause. With 4 minutes and 24 seconds to go, PHC 4, Little Flyers 4. The first half of our Saturday split doubleheader here on the Delaware Hockey Network. Coming up tonight at 5:30 p.m., Delaware Men's Division I against Syracuse in the second half of their weekend set. The Blue Hens pulled out a 4-3 win over the Orange yesterday. Coming down to the final half minute of play, where Leighton Bajsadecki roofed the game-winning goal over Syracuse netminder Bryce Miller, making his first ever ACHA start. Slap shot from Mason Chen, blocked in traffic. Vitrinas back to the Philadelphia line, tried to shovel the puck ahead to Grill, who got a skate on it and directed it toward the PHC blue line. Logan Stromolo couldn't loft the puck over Amaker. Winding up from distance and shooting was Chen. Another Amaker save. And this comes back to center with 3.5 to go. Stromolo stood up 5 feet inside the line by Cucinotta. Grill supporting and shooting. Puck was directed up into the back netting by Jacob Amaker with 200 seconds to go in regulation. We are still 4-4 here at Premier Orthopaedics IceWorks. Latch and Herb take the draw to the left of Jacob Amaker, who has stopped 19 of 23 Philadelphia shots. Pless to Holzer. Holzer steered by Latch behind the net, tried to center it. Dvorkin lost control of the puck, lost sight of it, and so did Ken Deming. That play was whistled dead, not due to a loose puck, but because the net behind Sam Toscano was knocked off its moorings. What the more vocal fans may not have realized was that in any instance of a dislodged net, according to the USA Hockey Rulebook, play comes to a halt. And that's as cut and dry as can be. There's no room for judgment or interpretation there whatsoever. 2:42 remaining. Myers starts up PHC from behind his own net. Across the neutral zone, he sachets between defenders. His shot took the stick out of Cooper's hands. It sailed wide. Trying to muscle the puck free was Panaro for the Little Flyers as Cooper regathers his wares. 2:22 to go. Panaro could not clear. Kayaza stick handles past Meyer. He's got a one-on-one as Pless catches up to him. Kayaza couldn't get the shot away before Pless pickpocketed him right at the train tracks. Pless the other way. Past 2 defenders, he wound up for a slapper, but fanned on the puck in the mid-slot in the Philadelphia end. So the Little Flyers catching a bit of a break as we come to the final minute 50. Bach off the feed from LaSpada, winds up from the slot. And the rebound put back from Dom LaSpada. Rather, it was Nick Sauer with the rebound put back. Makes this a 5-4 PHC advantage. Here it comes again. It was Nicholas Sauer with the finishing touches on that initial shot from Carmen Bach at the 14-17 mark of the third period. So the Little Flyers giving up 2 unanswered again. Have to play from behind through the final minute and a half. For Sauer, that's goal number 8 of the year. And La Spada is going to get the secondary. Final minute and 10. And Toscano is off in exchange for the extra Philadelphia attacker. Net dislodged off the Strumolo shot. And play is whistled to a halt by Tom Crosley with a minute to go. Net was bumped off by a PHC player. So the face-off will stay inside, and the Little Flyers take their timeout. So will we. Final minute of this 5-4 thriller coming up next on the Delaware Hockey Network.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With over 10 years of treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. With clinics in Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on-site, 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Coach Shane Morrissey drawing up a literal last-minute play for these Philadelphia Little Flyers, who trail 1 here in deep stretch. Toscano, having saved 23 of 28 PHC shots, on the bench in favor of the extra attacker. Strumolo, Gwynn, Grill, Dragan, Chen, and Vitrinas. The 6 on for the Little Flyers. Gavin Erb in for the draw, across from Brody Grill. Final minute is underway. PHC looking to put a bow on this game, and it's going to be Erb to do it. Gavin Erb with the empty netter, his 12th of the year. And that, with all likelihood, is going to do it. As the Philadelphia Hockey Club, with 47 seconds to go, make this a 6-4 contest. Gavin Erb's 12th, the empty netter. Off the helper from Bryce Holzer. Again, that coming at 15-17 in the third period, and PHC getting a little bit more breathing room over the Little Flyers in the season table. As here today, they will improve to 11-1-4. The Little Flyers falling to 11-4-0 on the season as the final seconds of this game tick away. PHC with some help from the empty net goal of Gavin Erb in the final 47 seconds, taking a 6-4 decision. over the Philadelphia Little Flyers. Jacob Amaker getting the win in net with 20 saves. On 24 total shots. And we'll leave you with a look at the 3 stars of the game, brought to you by Sid's Barbecue and Jerky. Carmen Bach getting top star honors with a goal and 2 assists, including the primary assist on Nick Sauer's game winner. Logan Stromolo for the Philadelphia Little Flyers. Second star with a goal and 2 helpers of his own, Vinny Gibolante, who jump-started the PHC attack with a pair of goals from the blue line, the 3rd star today. Later today, the University of Delaware Men's Division I Blue Hens will take on Syracuse. Game time, 5:30 p.m. from the University of Delaware's Fred Rust Arena. For videographer and assistant producer Broadway Joe Sindoni, this is James Witherite saying thank you for your company. Once again, the final score, Philadelphia Hockey Club 6, Philadelphia Little Flyers 4.